company. First things first, I've been having a lot of problems streaming, where there's an unknown error that prevents me from streaming for extensive periods of time, which really sucks on all ends of the spectrum here. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're completing the chapters of the Duke's Gambit. The look on that face is just retarded. Alright, let's go. We are in a party, right? Yeah, we're in a party. Okay, cool. I'm still waking up. I've been an OG for this game. I've been playing this shit since October 3rd. It's the earliest date I can find. Which is okay, because the game came out October 1st, 2020. So I've been playing it since literally day one. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, I took some pretty thick breaks, like a couple months worth of breaks in between to get to 2022. But, you know, I always thought Rogue Company was kind of always an ass game. Oh, was I wrong? And when I get a PS5, I'll keep playing Rogue Company. Ooh. So, I was reading through an article that says Konami might be working on multiple Silent Hill projects. Okay, and I'll tell you what it is I do know, and that is when Hideo Kojima. I mean, there was this game called Dragon Collections, or it was some stupid mobile game. Essentially, some guy rose the ranks, and then they, you know, Hideo Kojima's making an actual game. And instead of rewarding Hideo Kojima for making an actual game, they took him and his entire team, and they sort of like stopped giving them the proper amount of funds that they needed. So this guy was basically building these mobile games for Konami and making a shitload of money doing it, and the cost to make those mobile games was completely nothing. So here's the problem with Konami. You see, developers make games, not executives. Executives just handle the money. That's it. The money is needed to build a good game because graphic engines like, for instance, the Fox engine, which is what they were using to make the P-tier playable trailer for Silent Hills. You know, and then they were going to have this really popular actor, you know, Norman Reedus. You know, he's played in a lot of movies and stuff. You know, he's played in the Boondock Saints, most notably. My favorite Norman Reedus appearance. He's played in The Walking Dead. He's even played in Konami's Death Stranding. So, I mean, you know, he's been kind of all over the place. He's had a great career. I'll give him that. But, you know, the cost of a guy like that is not cheap. Not cheap to hire a voice actor like that. And assuming he's going to be doing his own motion capture and all that, it's not going to be cheap at all. It's not going to be cheap at all. Some companies try to hire good voice actors and be cheap about it. Rockstar is most notorious for this. The guy who voiced Nico Bellic in Grand Theft Auto 4, There's a reason he's no longer in the GTA verse. It's because Nico Bellic is, you know, his voice actor has a huge feud with Rockstar. This happened with Ray Liotta. One, he voiced Tommy Vercetti in Vice City, and this even happened to the guy who, Young Melee, who voiced, you know, CJ from, you know, San Andreas. This is reoccurring with, you know, with Rockstar. So Konami's not one of those developers that tries to make everything inexpensive and, you know, tries to do it the cheapest way possible, because, you know, Konami is kind of a company that quote unquote cares. But as we could see with what they've done with Hideo Kojima and, you know, his team, it's just despicable, to be honest with you. So when I was reading this article, it was saying that the reason we haven't seen a Silent Hill game is because they're working on multiple Silent Hill projects. It's like, okay, dude, we've had some shitty movies based on the video game franchise. We've had, oh, I don't fucking know, a playable trailer. I mean, PT was okay. You know, it wasn't the scariest thing in the whole world. Everyone was saying Resident Evil 7 and PT, the survival horror is coming back. Survival horror is coming back. And, you know, guys like me that have been with this kind of program, you know, with survival horror, you know, we're just excited, you know what I mean? But now it's, you know, we just sort of, Resident Evil is the only survival horror franchise still standing. Silent Hill is all but considered dead, with the last entry being, well, I don't consider Book of Memories to even be a Silent Hill game. I don't really consider it to be, because it's not a true survival horror game. It's a spin-off title. I'll never count that game. Although I'd still count Homecoming and Downpour. Whilst they were not mainline entries, they were still had their own story and stuff. You know, Silent Hill Homecoming and Downpour kind of sort of work like Resident Evil Code Veronica. Yeah, it kind of works like Code Veronica X, right? Just like Metal Gear Peace Walker, right? It's a huge part of the story of Metal Gear. Regardless, you know, how could you just sit there and say multiple projects are being worked on at once? And you know what? Maybe one or two projects might be going, but multiple? What does that mean? 3 or 4, 5 or 6? I doubt there's 6 projects being developed all at once, and that's just an unrealistic expectation. That'll never happen. My guess is probably 2 to 3 projects at once. Oh shit, that dude was gonna res me. Yeah, probably like, you know, like 2 or 3 projects, multiple. I'm assuming one of them is gonna be a mobile survival horror game, possibly. The other 2 might be for, you know, PlayStation, you know, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, or whatever the hell. Who cares? You know, and when it does happen, you know, and here's the thing, right? You know, they've waited so long in development. Now that the PS5 is a thing, with the PS5's graphic fidelity and capability, along with the new Xbox, these new consoles, their graphics are just insane. So, by making multiple survival horror games, you know, they might be trying to dabble with, you know, a next-gen only survival horror title for the Silent Hill franchise. Or, you know, maybe when they say projects, they mean like, hey, there might be a Silent Hill 1 remake. There might be a Silent Hill 2 HD remaster or remake, or they might do what Resident Evil did, right? They shit out a mainline game, and then they shit out a remake. And I love the RE2 and 3 remakes. I think the best remake Resident Evil has, though, is actually the HD collection of Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1. Why? Well, it stays very true to the original and literally just is a graphic expansion, with adding new enemy types that don't break the game, that actually kind of work. These are great things. The problem comes to be with like Resident Evil 3 remake, where they've completely destroyed Nemesis. And what I would hate is for there to be a, you know, Silent Hill 2 remake and they destroy Pyramid Head. I would just hate that so much. If they just make him just, you know, I mean, but here's the thing though, he never really chased or pursued you in the old game. He just sort of was there in the backgrounds and sort of just seen stalking you. And it's just like, what the hell is this thing? And then, you know, you get your first encounter through a cutscene. There are 2 occasions where you actually have to fight Pyramid Head. And there's one occasion where he's actually pursuing you through this long hallway. And apart from that, really, but yeah, like apart from that, really, like he's not like Mr. X or Nemesis, you know. So and I remember when I was younger, I was going through my doubts of the Resident Evil franchise for a long time, you know, especially with Resident Evil, god-awful Resident Evil 5 and 6, but you know, now it's with Silent Hill, right? Everyone got their doubts of Downpour and Homecoming. Silent Hill 4 was considered, for some people, the greatest story that's able to be told here. First one's considered to be the scariest in the entire franchise. Second's considered to be the pinnacle of the franchise. The third is considered to be a solid entry, just not really a great entry to finish off with the first game started, which I thought was pretty neat. So yeah, no, it's a Silent Hill. I don't know, man. It's a really old game. I don't think people really understand how, you know, deep or meaningful that the franchise is to some people. So if they're gonna do any Silent Hill project, I still think they have to do it right. If you're not gonna do it right, you shouldn't even do it at all. That is the theory here. You know, and what I see a lot of, you know, with franchises is that, like, they sort of give up and the companies just give up and die on them. The reason why is, the companies give up and let the franchises die. Here's a good example. Take a look at Manhunt, right? To those who have played it, really like it. Though to the naked eye, it's very controversial. It's like, why would anybody play this game? You know, so much blood and violence and stuff. Well, you know, what do we mean by blood and violence? Do we just mean violence as in, oh, how gruesome the killing is? or B, how sadistic its sadistic nature in general. If we're talking about sadistic nature, I mean, even the Bible has killing in it, okay? Even the, you know, so I don't get that, you know. And I remember a long time ago, you know, hearing that, you know, to the naked eye, right? And this is important. So this news lady was like, it's a video game, there are no parental controls. The parental control is you buying the game for your kid. It doesn't say rated E for everyone at the front. It says rated M for mature. That's the reason that it exists, is because of games like Mortal Kombat that kind of created the ESRB rating system, because it was considered too violent at the time. And I mean, like, it was Mortal, yeah, you're ripping off somebody's head, but I mean, it was fucking pixels, dude. It wasn't like it was realistic depictions of violence. Now, I think people have gone insane in the earlier years of video games simply because, you know, okay, why aren't we acting this way about books or television? Okay? You know what I mean? Or the Bible. Or whatever. It's like, you can't just target one thing and not target everything. It's either you're doing one, or you can't just do one and done. You gotta do it all, man. If you're trying to push your agenda like that. But no, the reality is, I don't know why in the hell they've targeted gaming. I get it, gaming is probably way more in-depth than the other forms of entertainment. It's way more in-depth because you, the player, can choose what you do and whatnot. You're in control, whereas in movies and whatnot, you're not. But it's like, okay, if that's your argument, then, you know, I don't know. I think it's just dumb. Because if you can't tell the reality or the difference between a video game and real life, then maybe you shouldn't be playing video games to begin with. Stuff like that when you say it, it's like, yeah, that's common sense. Yeah, well, no shit. But, you know, and then we reverse this analogy onto the companies themselves, right? A company doesn't make a video game, a developer does. The problem is the developer needs money so that they can live. They can't just do that for free. I mean, some people have made project games, but their own time and money and effort and whatnot, but at the same time, those people don't really make a lot of money. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's was an indie title, but indie title horror games are not really that good, and I'm going to get into why. Let's look at Amnesia: The Dark Descent. You know, so the problem is you have to go run, hide. Bet. You know, sorry, I was just really focusing. So yeah, you know, developers don't really make video games. Developers themselves, companies don't make video games, the developers do. And the way some of these developers are undermined within these larger companies is disgusting, to say the least. So yeah, I don't really believe that, you know, they're doing multiple Silent Hill projects. Here's my opinion. When we saw that HD remaster of Silent Hill 2 and 3 and they called it the HD collection, why wasn't Silent Hill 4 included? Was it just to sort of save their hides and limit the amount of work they had to do? Because if they were trying to do the best HD collection, they should have literally just done the first game, they did what they should have done with RE1, right? Where they made the graphics look really good, and then just sort of edit certain mechanics that are really outdated and make the combat feel a little bit more fluent. And, you know, redo some voice work, because they did the voice work anyway. And that's all they had to do for the first game. And then all they have to do is just make a, you know, just do a graphic update on Silent Hill 4. That's it. That is literally it. They should have had the first 4 games in the collection. But that's just my opinion. I'm still okay with the product we got, but the problem was with the Silent Hill HD remaster was it was very buggy, and it was not the original developers' fault, because the original developers, Team Silent, weren't involved with that. They should have been, because the problem was the code or whatever from the original games. They had to, something went wrong and they had to use a modified version of that code, so not everything really worked or something like that. It was something with the game's coding, but there was missing graphics, missing fog, missing textures, and oftentimes horrible game-breaking glitches like falling through the map, or really retarded glitches where an enemy hits you once, but you take the damage of getting hit 3 or 4 times or something like that. You know, there was other glitches. In my time of playing it, though, I rarely really bumped into them, but that was just probably my luck, right? But I did notice a lot of times when I was going through the Silent Hill HD... Oh, whoa, I don't want to play him. Part of me still forgets that I literally have Rambo. Yeah. So anyway, you know, with the whole development process and whatnot, I think a modern Silent Hill is exactly what we need. The market for the modern survival horror isn't that bad, okay? Outlast and Amnesia don't count. Those games are not survival horror. Those are just horror games. Games that just spook you. That's it. After you get used to the patrol routes, you know when and where to move, and you can't fight back. Clock Tower is kind of the same way, but we classify it as survival horror. It's just one of those games that slips through the, the fine lines, because the game sort of works in both ways. Though we also have a game very similar to it that also slips into the cracks, and it's not favoritism, but it kind of is. But it's called Haunting Ground. Basically, it's just about this girl and this dog named Huey, and she can use Huey to attack the monster. So that's kind of the way it works, but also kind of works like Clock Tower. When you get too scared, you stumble and bumble around and cause the monster to get close to you, which creates very high tension, like very high amounts of tension and energy centered on the whole, oh my god, he's getting too close to me, and then there's nothing you could do about it. And it's not exactly scary, it's just heart pumping and just whatever. What makes Silent Hill scary sometimes is you're just anticipating something to happen, and then sometimes nothing happens. Then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, alright, whatever, and then you go through not really expecting anything at all but the creepy music, and then something comes out that's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But at other times, what makes Resident Evil very scary is your item and resource management, dude. And I know that sounds like, how is that scary? Well, if a key item takes up 2 inventory slots, or takes up, a section of your inventory, then you have to account for other stuff, especially the older games where the inventory was more limited. Especially in Resident Evil 1 when playing as Chris. Oh my god, you really had to choose, do I want an ink ribbon? And obviously they had the chest, but you have to go to a safe room or a room with a chest in it to then use it so that you could acquire those items, which causes you to backtrack. So yeah, I don't know, man. Survival horror is not what it used to be. It just isn't at all what it used to be. The episode really isn't going the way I kind of wanted it to. Kind of wanted it to, I don't know, be a little bit longer because I'm kind of getting bored of recording. Kind of want to get outside today. Remember the Nintendo GameCube, Dreamcast, original Xbox, and PlayStation 2? Those were the years. There were 4 consoles competing all at once. Those were the years, man. Ooh.
Check your targets. Super. This would help.
I kind of like playing as Lancer. Very aggressive playstyle. Oh, keep moving. Very, very aggressive playstyle. Oh, you motherfucker. Let's quickly. We have literally no ability to res fast. This is lame. Oftentimes, duelist characters really don't have much abilities when it comes to healing and such. Oh my god, get them. I hate teammates like that that are not with it. My team sucks. Literally, my team sucks. Okay, where the hell is... Okay, bet. Alright, our teammate left. A teammate left? Okay, they shouldn't leave. I should leave. I'm the one carrying the goddamn team. Not them. About to fucking surrender, dude. This team is so ass. Why don't they just make this gun hold like 30 rounds? You know? I mean, the Spitfire isn't all that overpowered anyway. Fucking A right. Your ass. How did you not kill? Dude, you're literally ass. Bruh, bruh. How are you that useless? You're not dying on me. No, I'm getting 500 points for rezzing you. 1,500. Victory or defeat is unacceptable. Okay, I'm dying first. You're not gonna steal my life. Says you ass. I'm gonna die because I got killed from bullshit. After I fucking rezzed you. Okay. You're little weasels. Okay. I think we just kicked the V off the team. Your ass. Not even like they're contributing all that much anyway. Oh my god, dude, bro, how? He's only one guy. Like, seriously, bro. I'm about to say, dude, if they fucking... Oh my god. Okay. I don't see how somebody could be... Now watch this, I'm gonna... I'm the one carrying the goddamn team, yo. I hate when I have to carry a team. It's like fucking babysitting. I fucking hate it, dude. Not something you want to do. I hate the concept of babysitting. It's the last thing you want to do in a fucking online shooter. Ruined my sabotage plan here, but... How is your aim that bad? I'm taking the objective, bro. Dude, guys, rush him, rush him, rush him. That's it, that's it. Good shit. No, no one's gonna res me. Okay, bet. I see how it is. I see how it is. We need as much lives as we can, man. They're still ahead of us. Okay, it had to be me. Bet. Are you gonna just sit there and... I'm about to say, dude. If you do, I will not... Dude, bro. What the fuck? Bro, my team is literally useless. Bet no one's gonna res me. Bet I'll just quick kill myself. Bet no one wants to res me. They're all ass, dude. They suck dick. They're ass. Look at that shit, dude. How can you have 36 eliminations, 23 downs, 9 assists, 2 revives? And then the guy below you has literally 17 assists. I mean, like, yeah, that's okay and all that. I'm pretty sure I took most of those kills, but, like, seriously, dude. Like, how can my team be that ass? I'm telling you, bro, it's that V does not know how to play. I swear to God. There we go. 115. My lucky number. That was a fat L we just took there. Oh well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully the next couple rounds won't be with a bunch of useless teammates.